Hi there, it's Kevin Ward with Yes Masters Real Estate Success Training, helping you get more yeses and more successes in your business and in your life. And one of the biggest challenges that I hear from real estate agents is that they want to do better, they want to do more, and they tend to procrastinate. They tend to, or maybe you tend to be distracted a lot of times. You realize, you look around and go like, you know what? I need to be more disciplined. I need to be more focused when I'm working. I need to avoid distractions better. I need to stop just drifting along through the day. And really, if I could just get more done, if I could just not get distracted, and I feel like I'm ADHD, I'm just attention deficit. It's just like my attention's all over the place and I can't stay focused and have the discipline to do what I need to do. And the reality is the real estate industry is a perfect place for you to become undisciplined. And the reason is because a lot of people that get into real estate, they either come in out of a job background where you had a job before, you had a boss before, where you had accountability, you had a schedule, you had a time clock, you were punching the clock, you were working for somebody else, and you knew if you weren't disciplined, you were going to get called on it. Well, now you own your own business. As a real estate agent, you're self-employed. You are your own boss. And so if your employee isn't working and you're self-employed, that would be you, and your boss is also not being disciplined, that would be you again, then you're in trouble. Your business is in trouble because the boss isn't working, the employee isn't working, and so it's like, oh no, what is the fallback? Well, the fallback is failure, because there's no discipline, there's no productivity, and the results never going to be good. So the question I want to talk about today is can I learn to be more disciplined? And it's really an easy process if you just embrace it and then understand that it is a process of building blocks, of taking small steps and learning how to build the muscle of discipline. First thing to think about is that discipline is like a muscle. It really is. It's an emotional muscle. And that is that the more you exercise it, the more you use it, the stronger it becomes. And so when you see somebody that always seems to be so disciplined, they're so regimented, they're focused when they need to be focused, and they know how to get a lot of stuff done fast, it's because they've developed the habit of discipline, which is like developing a muscle. They're very strong at making a commitment and staying focused on that pathway and finishing it. So they know how to make a commitment, they know how to start fast and finish strong. And when they're good at that, it's like, wow, that is so admirable. It's because it's powerful, because it's effective. So how do I build it? So I'm going to share with you today a 4-step process on how you can learn to be more disciplined, and over time it gets easier and easier and easier. In fact, immediately it will start getting easier. And so there's no magic. It's a simple process that you've got to be willing to do, but it doesn't have to be hard. And I'm going to show you how to break it down and make it not hard. So the first step is today. The first step today, if you want to get more disciplined, this is the number one step you got to do that just gets you started, and that is this. Do one good thing today that you don't feel like doing. In other words, there's something I know I need to do right now. I know I need to do it today. I've been putting it off. I just don't feel like doing it. And because you know it's the right thing to do, it's something you should do it anyway. I don't feel like doing it. I'm going to do it. Now, here's what happens. When I do that, that is in and of itself an act of discipline. It is when I I lead myself to do something that is right. And it wasn't automatic. It wasn't something I wanted to do, but it was something I needed to do, or I felt like I knew once I did it, I would be glad I did it. It's one thing I didn't feel like it, and so what happens is I let my will make the determination rather than my emotion making the determination. So the difference between being disciplined and undisciplined is somebody who's undisciplined only does what they feel like doing. A person who's disciplined does the right thing. They do what they're committed to doing, or that they've committed to, rather than what they feel like. So the moment that you do one thing, just one good thing that you didn't feel like doing, you win. You're victorious because you have now broken through your own procrastination. You've broken through your own complacency. You've broken through that emotional barrier that says, oh, I don't want to do this. And you did it anyway. Now, the moment you do that, something in your brain clicks. And that is, that felt good. Because when you do it, After you've done it, you feel a sense of victory. It's like, yeah, I did it. I didn't want to do it. I've been procrastinating. If you're a real estate agent and your goal is, I want to start prospecting at 8:30 every morning, and you really never start getting around to it till like 9:15 or 9:30 or maybe never. And all of a sudden today, I'm just going to start on time. And so today you start at 8:15 or 8:30 when you start right when you're supposed to. And inside you go like, yes, your mind now feels the victory because you did the right thing. And doing the right thing is very powerful. So the second step is the moment you do it, the moment you do the one thing you don't feel like doing, you got to do step number 2. And that is you have to acknowledge yourself. You've got to celebrate the victory. Yes, I did it. I'm awesome. Celebrate it. Now what happens is emotionally we're like, it was no big deal. I mean, I just started when I was supposed to. I just, let's say that your discipline is I'm going to wake up when my alarm goes off the first time rather than the 4th time I push the snooze button, right? So the alarm goes off and it's like, okay, I don't want to get up. I'm getting up. Bam, you jump out of bed. Yes. It's like, okay, I got up. Now, but you've got to celebrate it. And the moment you celebrate it, what it's doing is it is sending a very strong message to your subconscious brain. This is a good thing. And your subconscious brain goes, aha, when I do this action, I get rewarded with a feeling of well-being, a feeling of accomplishment. You've got to acknowledge your wins, and just the decision to take action and do one good thing you don't feel like it is something worthy of celebration. So don't steal the victory from yourself and go like, that was nothing. I should have been doing this for months, or I'll probably tomorrow go back to my old bad habit. Well, don't do that, because you're stealing the victory. Instead, celebrate the victory, reinforce it, because then your subconscious mind goes, wow, that was nice. I think I'll do more of that. And your brain likes the way it feels when you get a victory, and so your subconscious mind seeks out more victories. All right, so number 2, you have to celebrate it. Now the third step is to reinforce that, and that is that before you end the day, that day is you have to journal it. You're memorializing the victory. Does that make sense? It's like, yes, I won the victory. So let's say that you're running a race and you ran the 100-meter dash and you won. Yes, you celebrate it. Now, how do you memorialize it? Well, now there's the medal ceremony where now you get to go stand up on the medal podium and you get the medal. And that's what happens when you journal it. I'm now memorializing it. You are giving yourself literally a trophy. You're recognizing and acknowledging the victory was real, it was legit, and you're again reinforcing in your brain, you're reprogramming your thinking that when I do something, even though I don't feel like it, before the fact, after I do it, I feel awesome. And your brain, literally, you're programming your brain to get addicted to a feeling that comes after the decision rather than before the decision. It's so powerful. Hope that makes sense. And then the 4th step is once you've started this process, now is you just learn to repeat that over and over again. And you repeat it. I put here, repeat it 5 times. If you do this one thing 5 days in a row, and you repeat it 5 times, it changes now you've reprogrammed. What if you did it with 5 different things in a day? And what's happening is I'm doing several things. I'm creating what I call habits of discipline. That is the habit of being disciplined, of saying you're going to do something and then doing it. Even when I don't feel like it, I did it anyway, and then I'm going like, yes, I feel so good, and acknowledge the feeling. And then every day, one of the things I teach my coaching members is I have you every single day journal at least 5 wins that you had that day. What are 5 victories that you had that day? And a lot of times it's nothing more than the fact that you made a decision and took action based on a commitment you had made, which was simply this. Whether you felt like it or not, but because you did it, it was a victory. And then you celebrate the victory, and then you simply repeat it. And what happens is when you repeat the victory, the first day I do something I don't feel like doing, I just, I didn't snooze, I didn't hit the snooze on my alarm, I got up instead. Well, that was great, but I really didn't. Does that all of a sudden now I'm a super disciplined person? No, it's one little step. And so it's kind of like exercising, lifting a dumbbell, lifting a barbell, is that the first time I may not be strong enough to just lift a bar and I'm just doing it and I'm strong. But when you do it over and over and you repeat it 5 times, now you're stronger. And so it's like you now can add weight to the dumbbell. And now I did it a couple more times. And so now I get a little stronger. And so I can make a bigger commitment and I can add more weights, and I'm adding more weights to the barbell, but I'm getting stronger. I'm building that discipline until someday, man, the day comes when you bring on the heavy weights, baby, and I am a heavyweight disciplinarian to myself. You're strong enough that I can kick my own butt. That's what I always tell people, that if you want to win in life, you got to be a butt kicker. And the first butt you got to learn to kick is your own. And this is how you do it. Do something you don't feel like doing. And instead of beating yourself up for not doing something you should be doing, you celebrate doing something that you should do. And when you do it, you celebrate it, you journal it, and then you repeat it. And every time you do it, boom, you get stronger. You get stronger. You build the discipline, you change your life, you change your future, and most importantly, you win. If you like this video, make sure that you hit like on it, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, make any comments. If you have any questions, let me know. I look forward to talking to you real soon. Build this muscle. It'll make all the difference in the world.